we've talked about this before. You're one of the well-dressed stand-up comedians.
I appreciate that, Smallz.
Always coordinated, always matching, always got something fresh on.
I appreciate that,
Are you going to
Smallz.
be the first comedian in this new thing that I seen on social media called the Romper?
Hey, man, stop playing with me, Smallz. Fuck wrong with you, man? Type of question is that? Like, you been saving that shit. That's fucked up. We'd have been in here talking about wars and all this deep shit. And you gonna ask me about the fucking man romper? Listen, man, no, never. I don't.
Saving this topic just for you.
No, man. Fuck out of here. What I look like walking around with a hole? You got to get ass naked to piss. Like, no. You know, you ever seen them pictures with, you ever been in the bathroom, in the public bathroom, somebody come down and had a whole ass out? That's what them niggas is going to be doing in the rompers. You going to be walking the bathroom, they going to have his whole, ass naked with his romper right here. Hell nah. I can't, nah. Certain things, like, I believe that fashion-wise, do what you do. But just because something is a trend, certain shit is just too far. Like, it's just too far. It's just too far for somebody who is not. You can't start with the romper, basically. You got to be a hell of a fashion-forward person to be in a romper. I can't just be dressing the way I've dressed this whole time in my life and then show up with the romper on and just expect niggas to accept it because I'm in the fashion. Hell nah. Imagine, like, no way, man. Just the conversation that I would have to have with my mama. Like, when she see that Instagram post, she calling immediately. Baby, what the fuck is you dressed like you trying to get into a day party for free for? Boy, what the hell wrong with you?
It was a toss-up between you and Kevin Hart. I was wondering who was going to wear it first.
Man, stop. Stop. Kev ain't wearing that shit, man. Niggas ain't wearing no rompers, man. That's not it. And that's the thing. Of all of the girl outfits that they could have picked for dudes, that's not even the most pleasurable one. Like, them shits, a lot of them shits be ugly as a motherfucker. You ever seen a girl walk around with them shits on sometimes? You be like, man.
Well, it's ugly, but it's cute on them.
I mean, it's cute on some of them. You know what I mean? Some of them shits is not, no. Then I seen a picture with a dude with a bikini on. The mankini is what they call it. Yeah, man, look it up, Smallz. They got the mankini. These niggas out here dressed like a whole Pamela Anderson Baywatch bitch. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. But you know what, man? The craziest thing about it, Smallz, is, hey, man, that's just something that's called change. Now, you don't have to change with the change, but you got to understand and accept that the change is going to happen. And that right there is a major change in the game, man. This nigga Smallz asked me about the motherfucking romp him. Why the comedian? Like, why you got to be like, God, have you asked any rappers that?
This is a new topic.
No, I bet it is, motherfucker. I bet it is a new topic. You know what I mean? Well, you ask a rap nigga that shit, they probably get back. Hey, man, you got me, I ain't on that fuck shit, my nigga. Fuck you talking about, asking me about them goddamn romper, man. Fuck wrong with you?
I kind of, like when I look in the sports world, I see Cam Newton and I see Russell Westbrook. To me, they're very fashion forward. They're very stylish in some things. Right. Some things I agree with, some things I don't. But
do you agree with the romper?
I don't. What I'm saying is,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's certain people that do that type of shit, though, Smallz. Like, it's certain people that wear wild stuff like that. Cam Newton is a wild dressing dude.
He is.
In general consensus. Because obviously it ain't wild to him because he like that shit. But in general consensus, he's a wild dressing dude. So when you see him in something like that, you're like, that ain't the first time you say, oh, this nigga Cam tripping. So he don't give a fuck about you thinking he tripping because you done said this shit about 20 other outfits that he wore. Right. So, but you, DJ Smallz, if I walked in this motherfucker, you had the romper on. Hey, Chico, just trying to do a little something different. Trying to make sure that my guests stay focused. So I'm trying to make sure that they zone into my voice and the romper so I know that I get the full attention and get them locked in. People come in here high off legal lean sometimes and they don't focus. So I'm going to wear the romper. I'd be like, Smallz, if you don't go in the bathroom and put a T-shirt and some jeans on and get the fuck back in.
Well, I was just asking.
Man, hell nah. Hell nah. Asking about that shit, man.
Well, they thought Cam Newton did have a romper on at Coachella, but he didn't. He was actually wearing a two-piece thing that kind of looked like a one-piece thing.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, you know what I mean? The romper is just crazy because of just if you talking about the ones that they had the dudes in, those are crazy.
Yeah, it was
looking.
a social media picture. It was actually, yeah, go ahead.
But my bad, Smallz. But dudes used to dress wild. Like, look at the 70s. Look at the early 80s, man. Dudes was always wearing, like, certain types of outfits, but it was manly. For that time period, it was manly. It wasn't looked at, this was an outfit for a man. Even though it was a jumpsuit or the whole bodysuit that the dudes was wearing, it was for a man. Dudes would wear it. They was cool in it. It was fly. The swag, that's what the swag was back then. You know what I mean? That was the flavor that they was kicking, so it was cool. But you can't just introduce a whole 100% woman outfit and just feminine to the core and just expect that to just be like, yeah, that's going to be the new trend for the summer. No, it's not. It's not going to be the trend for the summer. Dudes who wearing rompers already was wearing them before that Instagram picture came out. You don't just start with that. Like, you've been into that.
Now, I also saw recently Young Thug performing on stage, and he was rocking a woman's Chanel purse, little pocketbook thing.
Right.
Thoughts on that?
I mean, didn't we already have the conversation about Young Thug wearing a Calvin Klein dress? Listen, man, that's what Thug do. I seen that shit. They had the goddamn digital Chanel going across.
Yeah.
I'm like, boy, Thug is putting himself in a category to get robbed by a whole nother category of robber. He gonna be having bad bitches trying to rob him. That shit crazy. He got the brand new Chanel. He got the shit with the goddamn New York Times Square screen on it. Them bitches gonna be trying to rob the shit out Young Thug. Like, hey, bitch, he come. Get the purse, bitch. You know what I mean? But nah, that's what he do. That's what I'm saying. He's one of those guys that does that type of stuff. So you're not surprised by Thug walking around like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what he do, and he comfortable in doing that. So it's nothing that you can say or should say that, disenfranchises him. You just turn him off and don't go to Chanel and buy no purse yourself. But, Thug is not surprising, you know what I mean? Because he done been doing wild stuff like that. Now, if Yo Gotti was walking around with a Chanel purse around his, I'd be like, that'd be, that'd be surprising. That'll be something like, what the fuck, Gotti got the purse? Like, that would be very surprising. So it's certain people that just fit into like you said, that fashion forward category, and they all the way forward. They super forward, like the pressing the forward. So, certain people fall into, like somebody like Russell Westbrook or just somebody who just wears all types of stuff that is not to the norm of what they would expect athlete, a multi-million-dollar athlete to be wearing. They don't care about that, and they've been doing that, so it's not surprising. But just the trend itself for regular people doing it. Also, you got to understand, a lot of these people we talking about are fucking millionaires, so they don't have the same pressures that you have of what a normal person will have, or if you're a person who's still trying to make millions of dollars, which most Americans are, or just most people in general. They don't have the same pressures that you have of social acceptance, because they've already made money and they've already been socially accepted, so much so that they've made millions of dollars. So that whatever is in them to be free and do, that's what they do. So if it's in you to put a romper on, a lot of people might not put it on until they get enough money to feel comfortable, like, finally, oh boy, pull the rompers out, I got $1 million. Like, but certain people like myself, I just, nah. I love fashion, I love clothes, but I don't love women's clothes, on me at least.
Well, what about this? There was a picture floating around of A$AP Rocky, and he's been sported in baggy jeans, which we haven't seen in a decade? Longer than that?
Baggy jeans just went out of style with the young niggas. Oh, you ever seen Michael Jordan jeans? His jeans ain't never not been baggy. What you mean they just coming back? No, they not. Baggy jeans ain't never went out of style. You ever seen the dudes standing out front of the gas station? They always got baggy jeans on. I've been seeing baggy jeans. I don't know what people think baggy jeans that went out of style because you stopped seeing them on rappers. No, that just means rappers stopped wearing them. They ain't stopped being worn. Trust and believe, Burlington Coat Factory is selling out of some baggy jeans right as we speak.
What do you think of that? Do you think baggy jeans can come back in? A$AP Rocky was first rapper to throw on some baggy jeans in quite some time. We haven't seen this in a while.
I mean, yeah, they could come back in. I mean, it cycles.
Do you want to see it back in? Do you personally, who's somebody that,
I mean,
people see the way, how fresh you are and how fresh you dress. Do you want to personally see, or do you want to still ride the
I can make it work. I felt I was fresh when baggy jeans was in, so you know what I mean. I personally wouldn't try to start the trend again. I wouldn't want to walk around. You know what I mean. I'm not going to get the boot cuts. Nah, not right now. You know what I'm saying. But I think it can come back in. But I think that as you grow older and start to grow into your personal style, then what's trendy doesn't matter to you anymore. You're going to wear what you want to wear. That's why I say baggy jeans ain't never went out of style. Just because young people stop wearing baggy jeans, old people you ain't going to see no older dude walk around with no fitted jeans on. Ain't walking around that shit. Hell wrong with you. Nuts can't breathe.
Is it too early to bring back baggy jeans?
Well, I mean,
are you just not
baggy jeans? When did baggy jeans went out? When, like 07, 08?
Yeah, I would say it's been at least a decade.
Yeah, almost a decade.
Give or take.
Yeah, but nah, you know what I'm saying? And we don't know why A$AP had them baggy jeans on. It was just the picture. That nigga could have been coming from over somebody's house or some shit and left his luggage or something like that and had to put on a pair of baggy pants. You never know, but you know what I mean, until you ask him if that's what he's trying to do and bringing it back. But I don't think that, any trend nowadays is going to be as heavily picked up as it was back in the day, because it's too many sources of information that you can pull your influence from. You know what I mean? Back in the day, we had XXL, Source, BET, MTV from time to time to see what was fashion forward or what was going on in the fashion world as far as the people who we looked at as influences. But now, man, you see people on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all types of places. So, you know what I mean? It'll be hard for any one trend to just sweep, you know what I mean, in regards to fashion at least. You know what I mean? It's easy for some shit to catch in regards to everybody. Like them fidget spinners, that shit didn't took off. Like, so certain things like that'll always be able to catch a wave, but fashion is so personalized that I think it'll never really be the same as it was as far as everybody wearing the same type of shit.
Well, no, I do believe he's getting into baggy jeans because A$AP Rocky, he's got a crew of people he deals with and that are, into the culture of fashion and stuff, especially this one company called VLone. I don't know if you've heard about this or not, but they've put out a few pieces of their jeans and their pants, and they've all been baggy in this recent season, this collection of this clothing company he messes with. So I don't think the piece he wore was a VLone clothing piece, but some of the people that he's been messing with have been
back in the baggy jeans again.
I can see this coming.
Hey, you know what I mean? If you see what Kanye West trying to do with his clothing line, he's trying to bring in homeless wear. So, hey.
And that is super baggy. All his stuff is super baggy.
Extremely baggy. It's like so baggy it looked like, you know what I mean? It looked like you left out the house with your daddy's shirt on. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, somebody's always going to like it, and somebody's always going to hate it, and then somebody's always not going to give a fuck. So as long as you have those type of mentalities, there's always going to be somebody walking around in it, but the majority of people are going to go with what is available to them. You know what I'm saying? So if baggy jeans become all that's being sold, you ain't going to have a choice. But who the person is to bring that back and make that the standard, I don't know who that one person could be these days.